Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and in this video I'll be taking a look at the MOTA iPhone 5 and 5S battery case. I'd like to thank MOTA for sending this over to me for review, and if you are interested in this particular product, you could go ahead and pick it up for $99.99 from MOTA.com. Now at the time of doing this video, Amazon has it listed for $57.99, and that includes Prime shipping if you are a Prime member, so that's a far more reasonable price for this particular case. So before I get into the case itself, let me go ahead and continue in regards to price. So at $99.99, this case is severely overpriced because what this basically is a case purchased in bulk from Chinese wholesalers with MOTA's logo on the inside, and the price severely increased because a case like this should not be costing more than maybe $40 to $45 at most. $57.99, it's still a little bit high, but that's definitely more reasonable than $100. I would never in my entire lifetime pay $100 for this particular case. So on to the case itself, but before I do that, also on the Amazon listing at the time of doing this video, in the title of the product, it says that this will double the battery life of your iPhone 5 or iPhone 5S. It then says that this has a 2400 milliamp hour battery, which is also what MOTA.com says. But also on the Amazon listing, if you scroll down, it then says that it has a 2600 milliamp hour battery. So let's actually get into the battery case itself, starting with the packaging. Here it is. It's pretty simple, so that's kind of nice. One of the main things here that's actually nice. So in the packaging, of course, you do get the charging cable, micro USB on one end, normal USB on the other, so that's used for charging and syncing the case and your phone. So if you have your phone installed in here and you want to sync it to your computer, you could just use this included micro USB cable. This case is also said to be made for iPhone compatible, so it is guaranteed to work with iOS 7, so you won't get that annoying message saying that this product might not work. So there are other things included in the packaging is a screen protector. This little thing here tells you to contact MOTA if you have any issues before actually returning it. And here we have a user guide for the actual case itself. And here we have a second plastic band. So this is the one that actually came pre-installed on the case, but there's also a clear one here. So you do get two in the packaging. So you could change these out if you want to change the colors. There are multiple colors available if you'd like to change things up a little bit. And you also get this headphone jack extender because the case, it's a bit thick here, so you have to plug this in to gain access to your 3.5mm headset jack on the bottom of your iPhone 5 or 5S. So with the accessories out of the way, let's go ahead and give you a closer look at the case itself, and here it is. So I've seen many different designs of battery cases, and this one looks kind of nice. On the back, well, online it is listed as black, but it has sort of a subtle blue finish to it, which is kind of nice. So here's the back. We have one large cutout here for your camera and flash. At the bottom, we do have 4 LED indicators. So the first one indicates between 0 and 25% battery life. The next one is 25 to 50. The next one is 50 to 75. And the last one is 75 to 100%. Here we have a little plastic kickstand. It's kind of hard to get into with your nails, but once you do have it opened up, it does work quite well and it is somewhat stable. And here we have the power button as well as our charge indicator button. I'll show you how that works once I actually get my iPhone 5S installed. Let me go ahead and take this band off. It's a really simple installation as well, so I'll show you that once I get my iPhone installed. And here's what the inside looks like. So here you can see just a little bit of MOTA branding, like I said earlier. Here we have the lightning plug, and we do have some perforated cutouts here for your microphone and your speakers so that they could travel through the case and out the front of it. Here at the bottom is our cutout for our 3.5mm headset jack, and on the right side of the case we do have our micro USB port for charging and syncing. And once again, the battery that's inside of this is rated at 2400 milliamp hours. Now one thing I will say is that the quality here seems to be lacking a little bit, because when I first took this out of the case, I could shake it around and I could hear something loose inside, as if the battery's adhesive or whatever has come undone. It's not doing it now. It was doing it earlier today. It has sort of come on and off for whatever reason throughout my time testing this case, but I did record a video of when it was making the noise, and I'll go ahead and play that for you right now. So it's not actually doing it right now. It was doing it earlier today. I'm sure it'll do it again in the future, depending on whenever it wants to. So let's go ahead and take the iPhone 5S and install it. So it's really easy to do. Just push it down into the lightning connector area. Then you could take one of your two top frames, start with the top, and then go ahead and snap all of the contacts into place. There are several different points of contact, so make sure that you go around the edge of the case a couple of times to make sure that everything is snapped into place. And everything is installed like so. So this is what the space gray one looks like when it's installed into the case. Because I'm using the clear band, you can see through to the side of your phone, which is kind of nice. I really do like what the space gray iPhone 5S looks like. And here's what the back looks like. So to actually turn the case on, you just press and hold on the back button for 1 second. Once you see the LED indicators, you'll know that it is on, and my iPhone just started charging as well. You see that in the corner. If you want to see how much battery is remaining in the battery case itself, you just push the button down once when it is on, and the correct LED indicators will light up. I will say that these LEDs are quite bright, which I personally like because it could definitely light up a room. So if you happen to be using this case, you could use this as sort of a small flashlight if you'd like. Let's go ahead and demonstrate the kickstand again. Like I said, it is a bit difficult to get into. There we go. So it does work just fine even when your phone is installed. It's very stable. It only works in this orientation. So on MOTA's website, they claim that this case can actually double the battery life of your iPhone 5 and 5S. So if you don't know, the iPhone 5 has a 1440 milliamp hour battery, while the iPhone 5S has a 1570 milliamp hour battery. Given that this case has a 2400 milliamp hour battery, technically it's not going to double your battery life, because the battery case doesn't even have enough juice to do such a thing. And of course, given the sort of overhead to power the circuitry in the battery case itself, the LEDs on the back, and some other things, you're definitely not going to get double the battery life. And in my testing, you don't really come anywhere near that. So the first day I used this, after I charged the battery case all the way up from whatever it had out of the box to 100%, it charged my 1% iPhone 5 all the way up to 92%. Which is not that bad, but it's not 100%. Now the second time I did this, I went from 10% in my iPhone 5 to, I believe, 89. It was not 90%, which I found a little bit odd. And then today, I went from, I believe, 5% up to about 76%. So I don't know if this is going to continue, sort of a trend where it doesn't last as long or it doesn't charge my phone as much. So taking into consideration that this case is definitely overpriced, it doesn't perform like they say it should, and the quality seems to be lacking a little bit, I really cannot recommend this battery case. There are far more better options, even at lower price points. So given all of that, I just cannot recommend the iPhone 5 and 5S battery case by MOTA. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions about this or anything else, feel free to leave those down below in the comments area, but that is it with this video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all very soon.